So in this session, we'll see one more example on for all entries to display some sales order data as output. Okay, and we'll try to replace that for all entries with the other option, that is join. Okay,
Okay, sir.
first let's see what is the data we need to select and what is the output structure of the data. So I'll display few fields from VBAK, a few header level data from VBAP, and material text from MAKT table, and so three tables: VBAK, VBAP, and MAKT. MAKT is for material text data, and I wanted to display AUART, that is sales document type. Okay, so I wanted to display sales document type, but not the type, but I want to display the text
Text.
of the type,
Yes, sir.
right? So what is the text table for AUART? This is the check table.
TVAKT.
VAKT.
TVAK is the check table. Now let's go and
Text.
find the text table.
Go to
Go
text.
to TVAKT is the text table.
TVAKT is the text table.
Yes, sir.
Total four tables. Correct? Sorry. Now let's choose the fields, whatever we need to select from AUART. This is the description along with data element. AUART is on the header data anyway. I'll keep it here. From MAKT, I will display MAKTX, that is material text. This is from TVAKT. From VBAK, I wanted to display these fields, and so I will display customer also, who is the customer of this sales order. That is enough. To display the customer name, what is the table? Here we have customer number, that is Kunar. So what is the table for customer name? In which table we can find the customer name?
Customer master.
Arav.
What is the table?
KN,
KNA1.
Arav. Oh, sorry.
KNA1.
I'll
Yes,
take
sir.
KNA1 also because I want customer name also.
Okay, sir. KNA1.
Customer name 1. Okay, name 1 is the customer name field, right? I need customer number also to map between VBAK data and KNA1. Here also you need AUART. Here you need
METML.
now select fields from VBAP.
POSNR. MATLAB. SL. PSTV.
I'll select some quantity and value.
Okay.
I'll take this. We'll take an ETPR, that is net price. One, two, three, five tables. So our data resides in five different tables. Now we need to select data from five different tables and combine all this data into one final output
Internal table.
data or output internal table, right?
Yes, sir.
Now let's see how to do that. Create a program. So I'll take customer number as input. What is the type of Kunar? So this is the input. Now what we need? We need output structure, right?
Yes, sir.
So this is my final output structure. I've arranged fields in some meaningful order to present the data. Okay. Now let's define one work area and internal table. Okay. Our output structure is ready. What is the next step? Select the data from different tables, right?
Yes, sir. Select statement.
Yeah. Now we are using for all entries technique to select that corresponding data from different tables. So what are the fields we want from
Header.
header data is this. I'm using inline declarations. That's why I'm using comma from VBAK into table
At
get
the rate
data
data.
it underscore VBAK
ABAK.
where data
ABAK.
equal to
P.
P
Kuna.
underscore Kuna.
Yes, sir.
Next we need to select the item level data, right?
Yes, sir.
So what are the
Yes, sir.
conditions to check before applying the for all entry statement?
Sorted.
Sorted.
The
Sorted. What is the first rule? The header internal table
The
should not be
header
empty.
Yeah,
yes,
yes, sir. Checking.
So that's what we are using. For that we are using sub RC check.
Sabarsi check.
If it is equal to 0, that means there
That
is
is
at
empty.
least one record in it,
Yes, sir.
right? Now, what is the next rule?
Sort.
Sort the
sorted
internal table. By which field?
by
Whatever
VBA.
the whatever the common field we have between VBAK and VBAP. Common field is VBELN, right?
Yes, sir.
VBLN is primary key in VBAK and it is also a primary key in VBAP.
Yes, sir.
VBLN. And what is the next rule? Deleting the adjacent
Delete adjacent
duplicates.
duplicates.
Since VBLN is the only primary key in VBAK, there is no chance of duplicate records, right? There is no chance of duplicate records. Anyway, if you want to apply,
yes, sir.
this is the statement. Comparing which field?
All
VBL.
fields.
VBELN. All if you compare with all fields, that doesn't make sense. Okay, so you
Okay,
have to
sir.
compare with the field which you are using in the select statement, the common field. Okay,
Okay, sir.
Red data.
Data.
for all entries in which table?
VBAK. IT
IT
VBAK.
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 Set the date is required when we are using for our inline
Inline
declaration.
declaration.
Line
Yes, sir.
declaration.
What is the condition? What is the common field?
VBLN is equal to
VBLN equal
At the rate of VBL.
Right?
Yes, sir.
Item level data is selected. What is the next data we need to select?
Next, AUART.
Kunal.
Yeah, sorry. So now what is the data? First, let's select KNA1 data, customer name, right? What is the header level data for customer name?
VBAK.
Kun.
VBAK. VBAK is the header level data for customer name because here we are selecting customer
Yeah.
number, right?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So for customer name, VBAK is the header level data. Now let's select. So here we are checking sub-RC on VBAK. Now within the same sub-RC, you can write one more select statement because VBAK is the header data for KNA1 also, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
That's why I'm keeping the select statement within the same if statement.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm not using separate if statement for KNA1.
Yes,
If it is
sir.
sub-RC equal to 0, both select statements will execute because for both tables, VBAK is the
Header
header
table.
level data. Select Kunar name 1 from KNA1 into table for all entries in. We have already sorted it, right? By which field we sorted here?
VBLN.
Then
Can we apply same sort and delete adjacent for KNA1 table also?
Yes, sir.
What is the where condition? Where?
VBLN.
Do we have VBLN in KNA1 table?
Sorry.
No,
KN.
no, sir. Kunar equal to
Customer ID
Yes.
equal to
At the
at
rate
the
of
rate of
rate ITVBAK hyphen Kunar.
Kunal.
is it going to work properly? What is the common field between VBAK and KNA1 now?
Kunal.
Nar.
Kunar, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
But what is the order we sorted here?
VB.
VBAK.
VLN.
What is the common field between VBAK and KNA1?
Nar.
Kunar.
Kunal.
So in the previous statement, the common field between VBAK and VBAP is VBELN. That's why we sorted it by VBELN and we deleted the duplicates by VBELN, right? For now,
VLN space
for this select statement, what is the common field between VBAK and KNA1?
Kunal.
Now,
Kunal.
on which field we need to sort?
Nar.
Kunar. Because that is the common field, right?
Yes, sir.
Sort IT underscore
IT
VBAK
by
by
Kunal. Okay.
Kunar. We are sorting again. Now,
Deleted this. IT. VB.
comparing which field?
Kunal.
Is it
Kunal.
proper statement?
Yes, sir.
Is Kunar a primary key in VBAK?
No. No.
We have to mention VBLN
Uh,
also.
Is there
in
is there
above
any
sort.
is there any chance of duplicate records by Kunar in sales order table? Tell me one scenario.
Oh,
Same customer might have multiple sales order records or not.
You
Yes,
can
sir.
have, sir.
yes, sir.
One customer might do multiple purchases, right?
Yes, sir.
There might
Yes,
be
sir.
multiple purchase orders, right?
Yes, sir.
So when you check for the records of the single customer, he might have multiple records.
Alt.
right?
Yes,
That
sir.
means they're all duplicate, right? When you compare it by Kunar, and you're going to find duplicate records, right? In header data, if you compare it by Kunar,
Yes, sir.
can we directly apply delete adjacent duplicates on that?
No.
Oh,
What
no, sir.
happens if
Lost.
you directly applies?
Remove the
Delete
valid data also.
the record.
It will delete the records. It will delete the valid records, valid
Valid.
header
Yes,
level
sir.
data records.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So to avoid that,
Can
to
maintain
avoid,
the Kunar
hmm,
in
what is it?
above sort and delete adjacent, sir.
Sorry, what is it?
We can maintain the Kunar as above sort and delete statements.
Above means where?
Above
Previous
means
sort and
if
delete
SY
statements.
Sabasi 0 next after. Ah, yes, sir. Is it here we
Are we
can
using
maintain
Kunar?
or?
Are we using Kunar to select data from VBAP?
No.
No, right?
Oh, no, no, sir.
Here we are
No.
using VBELN as a common field in the where condition. If you sort it by Kunar, it's not going to work properly, right? It should be in sorted order by the field which you are using in where condition. Here you are using Kunar in the where condition. You should sort it by
Yes.
Kunar and delete duplicates by Kunar only. But when you delete duplicates by Kunar, is there a chance of duplicate records or not in the VBAK table for the same customer
Yes.
number?
Yes, sir.
There
Yes,
might be
sir.
multiple sales orders for the same customer,
Yes. Yes, sir.
right?
Yes, sir.
When you sort by customer ID, you can find duplicate records, but they are valid records, valid sales order
Yeah.
data, right? So when
Yes,
you
sir.
apply the delete resistant duplicates, you are going to lose a valid sales
Valid
order record.
details.
You can find only one uh, sales order record for customer when you apply delete resistant duplicates,
Sir,
right?
if use
Yes, sir.
VBLN also with the combination of Kunar means.
There is no record in KNA1.
Okay.
Sorry, field,
Do
field.
we have VBLN in KNA1?
Oh, no,
No,
sir.
right?
You have to temporary internet.
To avoid that losing of data, what we need to do? Define one temporary internal table.
Temporary.
Since Kunar is a non-primary key field, right? So we can find
Sir.
duplicate
Sir.
records by Kunar in VBAK. Sort temporary internal table, delete temporary internal table, and use temporary internal table in the where condition,
Okay,
right?
sir.
Now what is the next data we need to select? AUART description, right?
Yes,
From
sir.
TVAKT. What is the header table for TVAKT?
Okay.
VBAK,
Text table of.
VBAK only, right?
Yes.
To select the description, what is the input data we have? AUART is in VBAK only,
Hey,
right?
Yes, sir.
For all the
yes, sir.
records we selected from VBAK, we need to select description
Yes,
of
sir.
for that AUART field. Now, for this one also, what is the header table?
VB.
PBAK.
VBAK
He
only, right?
Yes, sir.
Now I am writing one more select statement within the same if condition
This
because
is was
VBAK is the same header table for
other table to do.
this one also, AUART text.
Yes, sir.
From TVAKT into table. Because AUART is not a primary key, right?
Yes, sir. He also lives.
AUART is not a primary key, right? In VBAK,
Yes,
Yes.
sir. It's not okay.
AUART is also a non-primary key. Is it going to work? I'm using temporary internal table here.
So,
Is it going to work? Am I applying for all entries statement, for all entries rules before this for all entry statement?
no, sir.
No, right? What are the rules? Sort,
If
delete, and send
delete
Delete
duplicate.
that.
adjacent.
So first rule is already applied here. There should be
Yes,
at least
sir.
one record that is checking here.
SS about equal to 0.
Here we are using one temporary internal table to apply for all entries rules like sort and delete and send duplicates on customer number. Can we use the same internal table here for AUART?
Temporary.
No. Here we are sorting and deleting by customer number. Here what is our requirement? AUART, right? Now
Sir.
refresh or clear the temporary internal table. You have to follow same process in any for all entries statement in your projects. Please
Okay,
observe
sir.
carefully. I am clearing the existing data which I have
Temporary.
populated here for VBAK. Now
Yes, sir.
I'm again populating the original data to temporary internal table. IT VBAK contains the original data, right? Unchanged data. Whatever the data we selected from the table. We did not
Yes,
change
sir.
anything. So move VBAK data once again to temporary internal table. Now
Start
Sort it and
and
delete.
delete adjacent.
by which field?
By AUART.
AUART. Right?
So,
Why I am not using at the data here?
it's already
Yeah,
predefined.
it's already
Already
defined here.
declare.
It's already
Yes, sir.
defined here using data statement. Right?
Yes, sir.
Completed. Now what is the next level data we need to select? KN1 is
MAKT.
MAKT. What is the header level data for MAKT? Material
EBAP.
data,
VB.
where we have material data. In VBAP, right?
VBAP.
Okay.
VBAP is the header level data for MAKT. Now how to write
Yes,
the
sir.
select statement? Where is VBAP? Here. Now I am using to check for all entries rules. How to check? After VBAP, if SY
Is there
hyphen
record or not?
sub RC equal to 0, here I am introducing one more if statement after VBAP. These are independent. These two select statements are depends on this if statement, right?
Yes, sir.
MAKT I am using a separate if statement within that if statement within the original if statement.
Yes, sir. Now MAKT next. From MAKT to table. Unit of total.
For all entries in which table?
EAP.
VBAP.
VBA.
where equal to
Math.
E
Sir, matter.
for math.
yeah, sorry, partner, right?
Yeah.
Is it correct?
Yes.
But where are the rules? We are not
Sort.
applying for all entries rules, right?
Yes, sir.
Now tell me how to write, how to sort it, and how to delete the duplicates.
So,
What is the common field here between VBAP
matter.
and MAKT?
Matter
Partner.
is the
Material
common.
number. So can we have
And assign the temporary table.
multiple records in VBAP with the same material number?
Yes,
Can we
sir.
have
Yes,
multiple
sir.
sales orders created for same material number?
Yes,
There is a
sir.
chance,
Yes,
right?
sir.
Yes,
Then
sir.
you can find duplicate
Temporary.
records when you check sales orders by material number. Now we need to apply.
Temporary.
We need to use a temporary internal table for VBAP, and then we just copy this. Sort it by which field?
Math.
Material number.
Matter.
And delete adjacent duplicates by
Matter. MATL.
field internal table.
So, VBA.
Okay. Clear? We selected
Yes,
data
sir.
from all the tables, right?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Now what is the next step?
Loop.
Merge. Merge these 5 internal table records
Table.
into one single internal
Loop.
table. Now tell me which one we need to loop, which internal table we need to loop. We have 5 tables. Which internal table we need to loop?
Same and
VBA.
The intercoordinality of VBAP.
Hmm. Alright, call not we need to loop VBAP because
VBAP.
for each
Multiple.
sales order document in VBAK we will be having multiple records in VBAP, right? With multiple materials.
Yes.
For each header, sales order header, we'll be having multiple items in VBAP, right? Now loop VBAP. Don't loop the temporary internal table. Now I'll use move corresponding
New
distance for
correspondent.
some time. Otherwise, you can use field to field mapping also. Hmm. Item level data is populated to final work area. Next, header level data, right? For that,
Yes.
for
Read
that
table.
each purchase order number, how many records you can find in header table? Sorry, sales order, right? For each sales order number in VBAP, how many records you can find in VBAK?
one.
Only one, right? Header table contains unique records, right? For each VBLN, you will be having only one record. That's why I'm using read statement. W underscore VBAP hyphen VBLN. right? I'll use one more addition today, binary search. So what is the use of binary search in read statement? Binary search and read statement is to improve the performance of the read statement, right? This is to improve the performance of the read statement. For example, let's say this is the internal table. It contains, for example, 9 records, right? Now we are searching for one specific sales order number that is at 6th position, some 100, that is at 6th position. Now how read statement will search? If we don't use binary search, how read statement will search for that sales order number? First it will check for
And
first
every
record,
record.
second, and it will check for second record, third record, fourth record,
Yes, sir.
and fifth record. Then it will check for sixth record. Okay, in the sixth position, it will be it is able to find that sales order number 100. Then it will move that record to work area, right? For
Yes, sir.
example, if this is if this sales order number is at 6,000 position, how many records it needs to scan? The read statement,
6,000 records.
Right
Five
record.
nine nine nine
5,999
nine.
records it has to scan, right? Let's
Yes, sir.
assume if there is a chance of dividing, there is a chance of dividing these records and search parallelly, right? Now it will divide the records. When we use binary search, what binary search will do? It will divide the total records into two different parts and search parallelly, right? Then it is faster, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Then it doesn't need to search all 5,999 records, right? It will make it two parts like this. Up to 5 it is one part, and from 6 to 9 it will make it a different part. And two resources will search. One resource will search here and the other resource will search here. Whoever able to find it first, they'll provide the record to work area. It is faster, right? Now
Sir.
we don't need to search all 5 records. In the second part, it is the first record. We should be able to find it very quickly, right? So binary search will divide the total records into two different parts and search in parallel, right? Instead of searching one by one, right? But there is a prerequisite to use binary search. What is the rule to use binary search? This VBAK internal table should be
Sorted
sorted.
Sorted
table.
order.
If it is not sorted, it won't display any error. Did we sort VBAK? Yeah. Anyway, we sorted here. Somewhere we sorted, right? VBAK.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we sorted here. Check the syntax. No syntax errors. I am commenting this sort. Check the syntax. Is it displaying any error?
No, sir.
No. But when it is selecting the records, it will populate incorrect values to work area. If you don't sort the internal table and use binary search, it will populate incorrect records into work area.
Okay.
That's why sort is mandatory for binary search in read
Yes,
statement.
sir.
Yeah. Now again, I'm using move corresponding. It is very important interview question. Okay. Binary search is a very important interview question. And what is the prerequisite to use binary search? What the binary search will do? It will divide total records into two different
Three
parts and search in
parts.
parallel to improve the search performance.
Yes, sir.
right? Next, what is the next data? AURT text, right?
Yes, sir.
I think it's a text table, right? What we forgot? We did not add SPRAS, right?
Yes, sir.
For the two text tables.
Yes, sir.
This is also a text table. We need to add SPRAS.
Yes, sir.
Now, for each AUART value in VBAK, how many records we will be having in a text table for that specific language English? Only one, right? One
One,
description.
sir. Will tell me.
What is the input for this?
BAK.
Right.
What is the input for this AUART? VBAK, right? VBAK, right?
Yes, sir.
Now I'll keep this inside this if statement. If VBAK data selection is successful, then only I'll execute this. Otherwise, there is no use, right? Because
Sir.
VBAK is the input for this. I'll use VBAK internal table here. Hyphen AURT.
AURT. Sir, into data of W.
Anyway, there is only one field. You can use field to field mapping. Okay. You can also use binary search, but here descriptions will be very few records, right?
Yes, sir.
If it is transactional data like sales orders, purchase orders, you will be having thousands of records in the internal tables. And to improve the search performance, we can use binary search. Okay. And even
Yes, sir.
for this table also we can use, but here we have only very few records in the text tables. What is the prerequisite?
Sort.
This internal
Internal
tables
table should
should
be
be sorted.
sorted order.
Before the loop, I'll sort. Don't sort inside the loop,
Okay, sir.
right? Because it will execute for every record. There's no use of sorting it for every time. Sort one time, that is enough, right? Now, what is the next step? What is the next data we need to select? Customer number, right? Customer name, right? For customer name,
Yes,
what
sir.
is the input? VBAK only, right?
Okay.
VBAK Kunar. I'll keep within the same if statement. If VBAK data selection is successful, then only I'll search for Kunar also.
Okay. You.
I'll apply binary search for every read statement. Okay. So that you'll get familiar on that concept. Sort is mandatory for binary search. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Clear? Now, so we selected most of the data. We need to select text, right? Material
Sir,
text.
MAKT.
MAK.
MAKT, material text. What is the input for material text? VBAP data, right?
BAP.
Yes,
VBAP record.
BBAP.
Don't keep inside this if statement. Okay. Don't keep inside this VBAK validate read statement if statement. Right. Keep
Yes,
it
sir.
outside because it is not depends on the VBAK.
Date table. IT. MATLAB. MAKT. Into data.
I'm applying binary search here also. If sy hyphen c equal to 0, then populate the material text data to final work area. I'm using move corresponding since okay. All tables are completed, right? Think I'm not sorting this. Let me
Not
sort.
just that.
Okay. So you need to
Yes.
sort by whatever the fields you are using in this with key condition. If you are using multiple fields, sort it by multiple fields. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So now what is the next step? Append wa underscore final to it underscore final. Then clear all the work areas wa underscore makt wa underscore kna1 wa underscore what is the other work area
VAK.
akt. Okay, I'm clearing all the work areas. Can break it. Okay,
Yes, sir.
now after this display the output.
Out.
No syntax errors. Always remember there is no syntax errors doesn't mean that your program is correct. Okay,
Yes, sir.
there might be mistakes like you might be using binary search without sorting the internal table, and you may not sort, you may not clear the work areas properly. These are also errors. Okay, not only the syntax errors. Clear? These errors, you can find these errors at the time of debugging or at the time of displaying the output. You can observe when you observe the output, you can find these errors.
Yes, sir.
So customer is the input, right, for our program. Let me find a customer number with more sales order records. 550,000. Some 5,000 are enough. Maximum number of hints. Where is the customer number? This customer's reference. I think this is the one. Sold to party. Let me confirm. Go to user parameters and I'll display by field names. Sorry. Kunar. So okay. This is the customer. I think this is having more records. This customer is having more record. I'll select this customer as our input. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now let's execute our program. You have to add selection text. I have to add the selection text, right? This is the output data. Purchase order number, item number, created date, purchase order type, and the description, corresponding description. TA, most of them have TA. TA nothing but sales order. ZO. L2 means debit memo request. G2 means credit memo request. So they are the corresponding descriptions, right? And the material, corresponding material description. Sorry, it's not a material. Customer and corresponding customer name. Every record will have same customer because we are taking customer as a filter criteria, right? And the material, corresponding material description, quantity and price. That's it, right? So this is how we can apply for all entries and merge the internal table records. Please observe carefully. This is how we write in the projects when we need to apply for all entries. Okay, you have to consider all these conditions. Sometimes you need to take temporary internal tables in the for all entries, right?
Yes, sir.
Before that, observe the data carefully. Is it a primary key field or non-primary key field of the table? If it is a non-primary key field of the table, then there might be a chance of duplicate records. Then directly don't delete the original internal table data. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Always use a temporary internal table because we just need to validate or we just need to apply for all entries rules. That doesn't mean that we should delete the actual records. Right? Is everyone clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, sir.
So this is how we can display the data. Any questions? Binary search is very important interview question. Okay.
Okay,
So
sir.
tomorrow we'll work on joins. How can we create or how can we design the same functionality using joins? And there are different types of joins. I'll explain in detail about each join and we'll create one example. Okay?
Okay, sir.
Yeah.